Now, Jada Pinkett Smith recently confirmed what Will allegedly did. It appears that she is once again degrading her husband. He had a freak-out session and has reportedly been seeing Diddy for some time now. To put it well, this Diddy situation has been messy, but this gives it a little spin because no one ever imagined that Jada would come out and say something like this. It's going to get exciting, y'all buckle up because things are about to hit the fans. For the past few weeks, Jada Pinkett Smith has been taking a break from embarrassing Will, and we all assumed that maybe this was a sign that she was changing her ways and no longer going to disgrace her husband. Yet she said, "Psych, I could give it my all," she exclaimed, making her most aggressive move yet. She seemed to suggest that the rumors of Diddy and Will's purported freak-offs were real. Now that you've listened, what should you say? It's absurd because Jada Pinkett Smith consistently fails to reject the claims that she is Will's biggest fan. Do you know how folks have been speculating about Diddy and Will being more than just friends for ages? I can understand why it's been the talk of the town, to be honest. They're both well known in the industry, after all, and those rumors have been circulating for a long time. First, people's perceptions of Will being secret for a long time vary since everyone believed that he was blissfully married to Jada and that they were the ultimate power couple in Hollywood. At least that's what we all believed. We all looked up to them as relationship models because they had been together for about 25 years. Operations. We were shocked to learn that their marriage was far more problematic than we had ever thought when the entire entanglement story came to pass. Where people started to notice the true fractures in their marriage at that point because of how badly the entire entanglement drama had affected their reputation. At that point, rumors about Will perhaps being in a covert gay relationship with Jada and using her as a beard also started to pick up steam. Pink believed it clarified the reason behind Jay's cheating on him. The rumors became more and more persistent to the point that it became impossible to deny the reality that things were far more convoluted than anyone had initially believed. When Alexis Marquette disclosed that Will's first marriage to Sheree Zampino ended because Sheree reportedly saw him in bed with a man, she was among the first to expose them. Alexis said when Jada Pinkett Smith comes out as gay, and her beard husband admits his first marriage ended when she walked into him servicing his sugar daddy, Benny Medina, then I will listen. Silently, it paid off that she was his first wife. She wasn't the only one though, as Trisha Paytas once blasted Will for reportedly pressuring male dancers into having with him. Jaguar right then emerged to reveal that Will had been having affairs with numerous young men in the business for years. She said he does it under the guise of teaching the younger men, but in reality, he makes them drive themselves into relationships that damage them. That may be messy, but is there another male who just came under fire for supposedly traumatizing his girlfriend? Does this idea of traumatizing men make you consider him? Yes, Sir Diddy is involved. And the fact that Diddy and Will have been pals for a long time adds to the shadiness of the situation. Now, I may be mistaken, but it seems far too coincidence that Diddy and Will were both reportedly having questionable relationships with younger people at the same time. Regarding Diddy, there have been several claims that he has been having affairs with younger men. In 2013, the federal authorities even looked into Diddy's situation. According to rumors, federal authorities were looking into Diddy for having with young boys. James Roseman, the music manager turned kingpin, is said to have been questioned about entertainers' preferences, particularly if Sean Combs was having intimate connections with underage boys during a debriefing session with federal agents. A prosecutor subsequently inquired about entertainers' personal preferences, including but not limited to Sean Combs' intimate ties with minor boys, according to a U.S. District Court document. The alarms of Embarrasses. Even though this probe produced no results, people continue to think that Diddy was involved with the young boys. John, his security, said the same thing. Orlando Brown then asserted that Diddy had engaged in some mouth action. "He gave me the gashash, Diddy, if you get what I mean," given his purported history of dubious encounters with young guys. It's reasonable to speculate that there may be a romantic relationship going on behind closed doors. Will is almost the poster kid for being the subject of endless low-key rumors, and Diddy isn't far behind. Let's get back to Miss Wendy Williams, who made some disparaging remarks about Diddy, implying that he was pulling double duty and utilizing his string of girlfriends and baby mamas as a cover for his true calling. Stories. Now, Wendy only shared some juicy tea that she'd heard. She didn't reveal any hard proof of Diddy's taste. However, Diddy took offense and wasted no time in trying to get Wendy fired, nearly ruining her career in the process. Now that everything has come full circle, Diddy's past bodyguard Gene has spilled tea about his adventures with men. But we might be looking at a tag team situation here, rather than just two people traversing the Hollywood underworld on their own. This isn't just conjecture, however. There's evidence of these two guys lurking around and engaging in some outlandish things together. However, it may be customary for some. Because of his allegedly solid marriage to Jada, Will resisted the allegations for a while. However, eventually, Jay came clean and said that she and Will had been secretly separated for a long time and that their marriage was incredibly dysfunctional before it ended. Yes, and it's kind of an open secret since the streets have been claiming that Young Miami is Diddy's beard, which further suggests that whatever was boiling between Diddy and Will has been cooking for a while. However, it transpires that Will wasn't supposedly having an affair with just Diddy. Bo, Will's longtime friend and former assistant, has some juicy information regarding Will being intimate with actor Dwayne Martin. In any case, Bo spilled the tea in an interview with Tasha Key, saying he saw Will and Dwayne having an affair in Dwayne's dressing room and reported it. Yes, that is extremely bizarre, but it gets even more outrageous when it is revealed that the intense freakout that Will was supposedly having with Diddy was far more intense than whatever he was cooking with Dwayne Martin. It appears that Cassie wasn't just blowing smoke when she said in her complaint that she spilled some major tea. If you thought that was the worst of it, Jada, Will's wife, has revealed some details that seem to support the rumors that her husband was responsible for the freakouts. Nonetheless, let's first discuss Diddy's bodyguard Gene, who also spilled some tea, before we get into Jada's disclosures. Jean claimed that Will and Diddy were going all out during these multi-day freak sessions. They weren't just experimenting. It's no secret that John tends to spill hot tea on Diddy, and you have to give the man credit. He has nice teeth. Jean revealed in an interview that Diddy took an active role in the freak-offs with Cassie rather than just watching them. Diddy even went so far as to provide Cassie with a detailed wish list for the freak cups as an encore, and now it was for him instead of Cassie. Let's talk about these freak-offs, because let's face it, if they are real, they seem to have been crazy. Cassie claimed in her lawsuit that Mr. Combs often gave Miss Ventura and the escort large doses of drugs both before and during the freak-offs. Ms. Ventura was provided copious amounts of beer, Mary J, and her ex throughout the freak-offs, which enabled her to detach from these horrifying experiences. In the days following a freakout, receiving IV fluids to recuperate from the excessive chemicals imposed upon her became routine. For a freak-off, Ms. Ventura had to get dressed up in lingerie, and Mr. Combs ordered she wear white nail polish to contrast her nails with the black males he recruited for personal relations. She said he used to record the freak-offs as well. According to the court records, Mr. Combs would film Ms. Ventura having with hired escort on his phone, laptop, and tablet during the freak-offs, in addition to directing her and getting off. He viewed the forced meeting as a personal art project, rearranging the candles he used to illuminate the scene so that the movies he captured would appear to be framed, while Ms. Ventura promptly erased from her phone any images or recordings that showed such activity. Mr. Combs made it rather evident on multiple occasions that he had a lot of footage of Ms. Ventura during freakouts. Yes, folks, if this is accurate, Diddy is crazy. Furthermore, a source said that Jada not only thinks her husband and Diddy had an intimate relationship, but also that they had these freak-offs. Will and Diddy used to throw a lot of parties, according to the insider. Their private parties were their thing, and no outsider was ever invited, therefore they never let anyone in. Now that she's connecting the dots, Jada is said to think that freak-offs were occurring at those private events. To be honest, though, I find it a little strange that Jada would go around disclosing her husband's affairs in public. However, since she has been outing and humiliating him for years, this is now just part of her routine. Surprisingly, though, many don't hold Jada responsible for revealing Will this time around. Some commented, "I can now understand why Jada came out as gay to Will. It makes sense that Jada and Will Smith live apart." Perhaps Jada's entanglement stemmed from Will's. Additionally, there are industry parties where you can open the incorrect door while searching for the restroom and witness a freak show. At this moment, everyone freak-off will be defined in the dictionary for the following year. but it's all chaos right now. Jada must be relieved that things appear to be going better for her on the internet now. Anyway, what are your thoughts on Will supposedly getting into a relationship with Diddy? After watching the following video, please let me know what you think in the comments section.